I think recycling is a great thing. I didn't grow up doing it.
I think it's really nice, and I want to start doing it more.
Do you recycle?
Not as much as I should.
How long have you been recycling?
Probably longer than you've been alive.
Americans throw away enough aluminum cans each year to rebuild the entire commercial airline fleet of the United States.
The most that we've seen is like 25-30% recycling rate on a national scale. We've hit a plateau, it seems.
The state of recycling in America, it's abysmal.
I don't know how you wake up a lazy society who's very narcissistic and they want everything easy. I said unless there's 4 R's and there's rethink at the top of it, nothing is going to happen.
I am doing a documentary about recycling, and I was wondering if maybe I could ask you a few questions. Hi, I called earlier. We met with many people in the recycling industry to get their takes on recycling. We talked to Tom Frederick, who works at the RSWA as an executive director.
We met with Tara Kent, who is the founder of the sustainable nonprofit Better World Betty, and also works as the communications manager at the RSWA.
The RSWA runs the McIntyre Recycling Center,
Which is where citizens that self-sort can bring their recycling.
We also talked to Sunny Beal, the superintendent at UVA Recycling.
All our bottles and cans come back here. That's just one of our many bales.
So how heavy is it?
About 320 pounds. I am Sunny Beal. I am the recycling program superintendent and have been here 22 years.
My name is Tom Frederick. I'm the executive director of the Ravenna Solid Waste Authority. There's 3 types of recycling that are offered in this community. One is the McIntyre Center here, where people can sort their waste at home and bring it to the center and put it in the various bins. Next is putting only recyclable materials like glass, plastics, and paper in one bin and have it picked up at the curb. The third way is the mixed waste.
And then the county, it's a different beast in that most of the people that live in the county have to have a private hauler. And most of those private haulers are using the all-in-one or mixed waste. So it used to be that they were advertising as single stream. That's actually created some confusion.
I've seen a type of commercial where a lady comes out of a can. I've seen that commercial.
Kids, I told you to come sort the recycling.
Your friends really need to have Dixon Disposal. If they did, they wouldn't have to separate or sort anything. You guys need to go tell your friends about Dixon Disposal.
Hi, trash can lady.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Denise Hunter.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Okay.
I'm so sick of having to separate all this stuff.
You don't have to work so hard to be eco-friendly. Dixon Disposal was my client where I produced all of their TV commercials.
What I got, glass, I got plastic.
Put it in one can.
One can?
The tree huggers really think that sorting and separating is a better way of recycling, which it is, but people just don't do it. Dixon Disposal and single stream recycling, you can put all your trash in one can.
Put it all in one bin, we'll take care of it. Think about it. Put it all in one bin, what happens to it?
It gets contaminated.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The messaging of the commercials is that we as consumers don't need to recycle anymore. And we feel like that's the wrong message.
What do you think about the companies that say they sort your recycling out of your trash for you?
I think there are certain things they may be able to sort out, but things like newspaper, I don't think they really can.
If you even get your newspapers wet, you can't recycle them. If it rains on them, they can't be recycled. And with all-in-one can, they can. You could have food on your stuff and it'll still be recycled.
Coffee grounds, my eggshells, all the other junk in my regular trash, it just doesn't make sense.
Like if you had a pizza box, they'll strip off the layer that has food on it and get rid of it, and then they'll recycle what's left.
I think it's a joke.
Yeah?
20-some% of it is recycled, and then they call it single stream recycling.
From what I hear, there is some confusion about what the definition of single stream recycling is.
And I actually just put some of my trash in a single stream recycling bin. So I think it's great. It's convenient.
Yeah.
You don't really have to, figure out which bin to put it in or what's not recyclable.
Single stream recycling means taking all of the material that's recyclable and putting it in the same container. A firm here in the Charlottesville area has marketed single stream in a different way to say throw everything, including non-recyclable material, in one trash can.
The all-in-one can recycling was developed by Vanderlyn, Pete Vanderlyn over at Vanderlyn Recycling. And it's hot. Yeah, it's hot in that trash can, I know.
Vanderlyn has the service of sorting and disposing of the material that's collected.
And we actually toured that facility.
Vanderlyn had an open house on May 31st where he invited everybody to come out and look, see his facility and see it running. What he didn't have on it during his open house was trash. All he had was empty machines running with a brochure.
Anybody like at all that even just like a minor employee at your company that we could come and talk to, or like give us like a small like quick tour? And then he told me that I need to talk to both sides of the stories, not just all these government like heavily funded facilities. I was like, well, that's what I'm trying to do.
I've also had meetings with Pete Vanderlyn, the guy that owns Vanderlyn Recycling.
We can't get one.
Yeah. No, he's probably worried.
If you want a clean commodity, you separate it out and you take it to someplace like McIntyre.
The nice thing that we love about McIntyre is that we know exactly where that stuff is going.
Do you know where plastic goes when it's recycled?
I have no idea. I just know it's not in my house anymore, but it's not in the trash with a bunch of other waste either.
We do know that the McIntyre Center takes the rigid plastics, so in other words bottles and containers 1 through 7, down to Tidewater fibers. 3s and 7s become like really difficult. So I don't actually know what they're doing to the 3s through 7s. I know if you go down there you'll see them all sorted.
You currently recycle, they've got the number 1, 2, 5, 7. And I think there must be some sort of grading process within that plastic. And so if you just shove them all in here, I don't really know how the vendor can accurately sort them out.
We took out the number system, especially for the people so they don't get confused.
It makes me think that they're really not going to recycle everything.
But they said they had a vendor that takes all plastics now. And evidently,
You know what I'm saying about that?
Yeah.
You know, they say, oh yeah, we recycle, just like that guy who says he recycles things. He really doesn't.
If they're using the mixed waste, those plastics are taken to the Vanderlyn facility, and we don't actually know where those plastics are ending up. You'd have to ask that facility. One thing that the public needs to be aware of is there are people working on this. A Sustainable Packaging Coalition, Green Blue, here in town. Our organization, Better World Betty, and the work isn't done, but we're really looking at this as a community.
We are conscious and we take the time to do what is sustainable for our community. I think we can achieve great things.
Every action makes a difference. That's what we say at Better World Betty, is that everything that you do makes a difference. Okay, let's go.
I love these eyebrows of me.
Oh my God.
Why do you do this to us?
She's getting a stern email after this.
I called you and